Hey, it's Steve. I'm out there working on traps today, getting ready for lobster season. And something that somebody said one time to me really just, it got into my mind today, and I really had to share it with you. I put somebody in a stand one time. They were young. They were like 15 years old or so. And he decided that he was staying in that stand. Weather was bad. He was cold. He was shaking. He was miserable. But he stayed in the stand, and he shot a really nice buck. Okay? Not an uncommon scenario. But here's what the uncommon scenario is. He stayed in that stand because I told him it was a good stand. And that's something I want to talk about. Confidence. Probably the most overlooked thing that you have in the way of being a successful deer hunter. Confidence. Ever sit in a spot and you say to yourself, yeah, I don't think this is going to work out. How long can you sit there? How long can you really sit there with doubt in your mind? Saying, you know what, it's probably better on the other hill. Could be having pancakes right now. About a dozen other things I could be doing right now. Chances of me seeing a deer aren't very good. How long are you going to stay in that stand? How about this one? You're a pretty good shot with your rifle. Been to the range a few times. Feel like you're dead on and stuff like that. How confident are you going to be when a deer walks up to you? You know your gun's shooting right. You know that if all else goes right and you do your part, that deer's going to go home with you. Confidence. Another one. An archery deal. When you have confidence in the ranges that you're shooting at, you don't have that doubt that creeps into your mind and says, is he a little far? Is he not a little far? Automatically the green light goes off in your head. Yes, he's in range. Confidence. Confidence to make that shot, because I've made that shot over and over and over and over and over again in practice. Confidence. It can even come down to the confidence that you've got the right ammunition. I grew up in Pennsylvania. It sounded like World War III on opening morning. And I remember my dad used to tell me, those guys are missing because they don't have the right ammo, they don't have the right guns, they don't have the right this, they don't have the right that. And say, yeah, but what happens when it's me? It's like, oh, you got all the right stuff. I was confident I had the right stuff. Other guys' ammo didn't work. It was faulty. It was defective. I don't know what it was, but you know what? When I went to take my shot, I was confident that everything would line up and I would get that deer at a majority of the time. That's what happened, even when I was a kid. So, you want to shoot more deer? Be more confident in what you're doing. And how do you get that confidence? Practice. Till next time, I'm Steve.